we are going to start treatment of accumulated profits and reserves at the time of admission of a partner. We are going to start treatment of accumulated profit and reserves at the time of admission of a partner. Treatment of accumulated profits and reserves at the time of admission of a partner. Admission of a partner, right? First, I would like to tell you that what are accumulated profits? What are accumulated profits? Which are accumulated over number of years? Over number of years. And reserve, as you all know from class 11th, the reserve is a part of profit which is meant for meeting future emergencies and contingencies. For meeting future emergencies and contingencies. That is a reserve. So at the time of admission of a partner, these accumulated profits and reserves will be divided among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio, right? Accumulated profits and reserves are divided among old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio. Question is why? Why is it so that accumulated profits and reserves are divided among old partners in old profit sharing ratio? Why? Because they are created by efforts of old partners. They are created by the efforts of old partners. Therefore, they are divided among old partners in old profit sharing ratio, right? This much is clear. Now, how you will deal this in the books of account at the time of admission of a partner? How we will deal this at the time of admission of a partner? Accounting treatment. Accounting treatment of accumulated profits and reserves. Right? Accounting treatment. Suppose, let us say, this is a balance sheet of old firm. Let's say, example, A and B are partners in that 3:2 they share profit sharing ratio, right? We have liabilities, rupees, assets, amount in rupees, right? So what are the various types of reserve that exists at the time of admission of a partner? Reserve fund, workman compensation fund, workman compensation fund, investment fluctuation fund, then contingency reserve, and last profit and loss account, credit balance, profit and loss account, credit balance. Now let's come to asset side. From asset side we can say profit and loss account, debit balance, right? You can make assets column a little bit larger. Debit balance. Then advertisement suspense account. Advertisement suspense account is a deferred revenue expenditure. Right? PL and debit credit balance means profit. Debit balance is loss. Suppose this is the balance sheet of old firm. This is the balance sheet of old firm. That is of A and B. These are accumulated profits and reserves maintained by the partners. This is accumulated profit. These are reserves. Right? Similarly, this accumulated losses. Right? These belong to the old partners because they are made by the efforts of old partners. Reserve fund can be used for any purpose, or when the amount of reserve invested outside securities, reserve becomes reserve fund, that you have studied in class 11. Reserve fund, or we can say general reserve. General reserve can be used for any purpose. Then workman compensation fund, which is created for meeting out an emergency or injury to our workers. Investment fluctuation fund. This fund is created. Why it is created? Because if the firm has invested money outside the business in some kind of investment, and that investment fluctuates up and down, then the down fluctuation can be met out by this fund, investment fluctuation fund. Point to be noted, when the investment fluctuation fund is utilized only when the investment which is made by this firm gets down, that we can cover it up by investment fluctuation fund. Then contingency reserve, reserve for any emergency. Then profit and loss credit balance, credit or income and gain. Profit and loss credit balance is profit. These are the profits accumulated over the number of years. Then P&L debit balance, losses accumulated from number of years. And advertisement suspense account, deferred revenue expenditure. As you had studied in class 11th, that deferred revenue expenditure is not written off totally in the same year. Some amount is to be written off and the remaining amount will be transferred to the next financial years, right? So deferred revenue expenditure is also a kind of loss for the business firm to be written off in the subsequent financial years. Now, what journal entry will you pass for these type of reserve, right? I hope this much is clear to you. Now let's come to the journal entry. Which journal entry will you pass for accumulated profits and reserves at the time of admission of a partner? Will pass reserve fund debit, workman compensation reserve debit, investment fluctuation fund debit, contingency reserve debit, profit and loss account debit to old partners, capital account. In our example, it was A and B, capital account, capital account. Which ratio? Old ratio. right? This is the entry which we used to do for dividing reserve among old partners at the time of admission of a partner, since new partner has no right over the old reserve created by the old partners, right? Now similarly, we can pass opposite entry for losses, right? Old partners capital account debit to profit and loss account to advertisement suspense account. Okay. This is the entry for losses, accumulated losses. Old partners capital account debit to profit and loss account to advertisement suspense account, right? If you see that the accumulated profits and reserves increase partners capital, since these funds are transferred on the credit side of partners capital account, it will be added to their capital, right? It will increase their capital, and these losses reduce their capital since they are losses. If you remember hidden goodwill, there is one question in your book in which we add P&L credit balance, that is profit, in the individual combined adjusted capital. Why we add this? Because it is an increase in the amount of capital of the partners, right? So all these accumulated profits and reserves, if you get a question for hidden goodwill also, all these accumulated profits and reserve will be added to the individual combined adjusted capital, and these losses will be subtracted from individual combined adjusted capital at the time of valuation of goodwill also, hidden goodwill, right? So I hope this much is clear to you. Now let's proceed further. There are some cases of workmen compensation reserve and investment fluctuation reserve also, right? Basic entry is this for dividing reserves and accumulated profits and losses, right? There are some cases of treatment of workmen compensation reserve, right? Treatment of workmen compensation reserve. Workmen compensation reserve. How you treat workmen compensation reserve at the time of admission of a partner, right? Case 1. Suppose this is a balance sheet. We have workmen compensation reserve of 50,000. This is a balance sheet of old firm. This is liability side. $50,000 and no additional information is given. No additional information is given, right? How? Let us assume there are two partners A and B sharing profit and loss in ratio 3/5, 2/5. How you will treat this? This will be similar to our earlier reserves. Entry will be workmen compensation reserve debit to A capital account to B capital account, right? This will be 50,000, 30,000, 20,000, right? This is case 1. Tick. Now let's proceed further. Since there is no claim, it means this reserve completely belong to the old partners. So we have distributed this reserve among old partners, right? Now let's proceed to case 2. Suppose additional information is given. Claim for workmen rupees 30,000. Suppose some worker has suffered any injury Suppose some worker has suffered any injury, or there is some claim which the firm wants to give to the worker in kind of compensation. Then claim is 30,000 and reserve we have created 50,000. Now from 50,000, 30,000 claim will be utilized. Then remaining 20,000 will belong to the old partners. That will be distributed among old partners in old profit sharing ratio. The entry will be workman compensation reserve debit to claim for workmen to A capital account to B capital account. 50,000. Claim for workmen is 30,000. Then 20,000. This 20,000 we have distributed among partners in old profit sharing ratio. Right? Is it clear? Then let's move on to case 3. Suppose claim for workmen is 60,000 rupees. Claim for workmen is 60,000 rupees. It means that whole reserve will be utilized for paying claim to the workmen. 60,000 rupees claim is here. Workmen compensation reserve is here. 50,000. Entry will be workmen compensation reserve debit 50,000 to claim for workmen. 60,000. Claim for workmen 60,000. Now rest 10,000 will be debited to revaluation account. 10,000. Revaluation account debit 10,000. It means additional liability of 10,000 has been created. Since out of 60,000, 50,000 reserve has been completely utilized and rest 10,000 additional liability has been created. So 10,000 additional liability, increase in liability will be debited to the revaluation account. Revaluation account debit 10,000. Right? Then case 4. Then case 4. Very simple. Claim is also 50,000. In that circumstance, WCR debit to claim for workmen. 50,000, 50,000. Whole claim has been utilized. Nothing is to be distributed among partners. Is it clear? So that was the treatment of various reserves and workmen compensation reserve. Right? In my next lecture, I would be covering treatment of investment fluctuation fund. There are 3-4 cases also for investment fluctuation fund that I will cover in my next lecture. So this much I hope is clear. This much we have to do. Thank you.